Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dragon's Library. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm RambleTDL, the head librarian. So today, I have a new piece of media I wanted to spotlight for you. It is a movie called The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Yes, this is a new Looney Tunes movie that was actually released in theaters a little over a month ago. In fact, not counting that horrible Space Jam sequel, it's the first Looney Tunes theatrical release since 2002, and holy shit, all I can say is, more of this please, I beg of thee. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. This movie had been actually shown in 2024 at the Annecy International Film Festival, but it only got a theatrical release in 2025. The director of the movie, Pete Braungart, actually has extensive experience in the animation industry, having worked on several Cartoon Network projects in various roles, and then the Looney Tunes franchise specifically. He had previously worked on the new Looney Tunes cartoons for HBO Max, before they were bought out by Discovery and subsequently stopped caring about animation at all. As for this movie, yeah, it's great. The plot is an homage to a bunch of retro 50s sci-fi movies. It starts out with a scientist watching as an asteroid covered in green slime crashes into the Earth. And in typical sci-fi fashion, the scientist rushes up to the site only to be attacked by something horrible off-screen. Meanwhile, we follow Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, who get caught up in the same alien conspiracy while working at a chewing gum factory. Yes, I'm being serious. Yes, it is hilarious. And of course, comedy ensues. Now, this sounds like a setup for some classic Looney Tunes shenanigans. And it is. The movie does an excellent job in basically every respect. The animation is solid, the jokes are funny, and the writing is clever. One of the things it actually does best is the dynamic between Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, having been raised as brothers in this timeline by a weird farmer guy who may or may not be a god. Look, you'll get it if you watch the movie. This combined with some very clever jokes, some fun characters, and honestly just a cool villain. I really enjoyed it. Overall, a solid piece of Looney Tunes animation fun/comedy. So why the hell did HBO Max release this with almost no fanfare in the middle of March in theaters with basically no ads? Well, that's a long story, but the short answer is HBO Max gives zero shits about Looney Tunes as a franchise. They just don't. In fact, this movie originally wasn't even supposed to go to theaters. It was supposed to be, back when it was pitched at least, released on HBO Max, but then after a restructuring at Warner Brothers, it was decided that it was released in theaters. Now, I wouldn't have an issue with this if Warner Bros. Had actually tried to promote the film even a little. I actually like it when films get theatrical releases and aren't just dumped straight to streaming, because it can get buried under a lot of other stuff, especially niche things like Looney Tunes. And, it would be nice. But that only works if you actually tell people the movie's there. Basically, no one I talked to had known this movie existed. I only found out about it because a guy at the library told me while I was talking about Looney Tunes with them. And I only found out about 3 weeks before it came out. And even then, I couldn't actually find a ticket for it on the Cinemark app. Because until that point, about a week before the movie came out, Cinemark didn't even have it listed as a release for this year. Now, it was available on Fandango about 2 to 3 weeks before, a little bit after I found out, but not immediately. Which is better, but even then, it only had AMC theaters listed as showings until right before it came out. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but this was clearly rushed out to theaters for some reason. Hell, go to the marketing section of its Wikipedia page, and all it says is that some early animation and the title were released back in 2022. That's a crying shame because it's an amazing work of animation and clearly made by people with a lot of passion and love for Looney Tunes as a franchise. But unfortunately, this is, normal nowadays. This is how Warner Brothers has decided to treat one of their most iconic IPs. Coyote and Acme got trapped in production limbo for years, before finally getting a release in 2026, and while it's fairly well known among the animation community, do you think Warner Bros. Is going to advertise it to the average person? Fuck no. HBO Max removed over 250 episodes of classic Looney Tunes from the service back in 2022, around the same time this stopped getting marketing material. And now there are rumors that Warner Bros. Might be looking to sell Looney Tunes altogether as a franchise. Now, for those of you who don't understand how insane that is, Looney Tunes as a franchise has practically been the face of Warner Bros. As a company since, the beginning. It would be like Disney selling Mickey Mouse. And again, that sucks, because this movie is really freaking good, especially if you're a 50s sci-fi fan. Seriously, the whole thing is like an homage and a parody to classic sci-fi movies of the 50s, such as Invasion of the Body Snatchers or The Day the Earth Stood Still. In fact, it takes direct inspiration from those two specifically. The whole setting has a sort of retro 50s vibe with really exaggerated characters, especially the scientist in the opening. He's a lot of fun, both under the mind control gum and outside the mind control gum. Yes, you heard that right. Mind control gum! Meanwhile, the alien, yes, there's an alien overlord, of course there is. His design was based on a 1957 movie, Invasion of the Saucermen. Now, the comedy of the movie really has fun with the premise of using gum to take over the planet. It's absurd and cheesy and absolutely ridiculous, but it also takes it somewhat seriously, but also it's Looney Tunes, so not really. And I really just wish we had more of this kind of thing. I wish we had more movies like this. I wish we had more Looney Tunes stuff. And I hate that it's all going away, but frickin' hell, I can't be too upset because we got this absolute banger of a movie. And I'm not going to talk too much about this. Seriously, there's no spoiler section for this one. Just go in blind, trust me, have a fun time, laugh at the jokes. It's a bunch of Looney Tunes sketches stitched together by a plot that actually kind of holds up and is generally just a fun, enjoyable piece of light in this dark, dark world. Now, if you missed the movie in theaters, I know, that sucks. I really wish I got this review out sooner, I'm sorry. However, it'll also be coming out on Blu-ray and DVD on May 27th of this year, and I highly encourage you to either buy the Blu-ray or borrow it from your local library. Please support this thing's release, because if we show them that people want this, they might actually get the idea. Now, you can also borrow it from your local library, and again, I highly recommend that as well, because libraries are awesome. You should support your local library, says the head librarian. Ignore that. Conflict of interest, I get it. And I use my other libraries as well. And you know what? Some libraries can get new releases in as few as a few months after they're released in a physical media. So, like, seriously, check it out. Now, again, like I said, there's no spoiler sections one. Just go in blind, trust me. And yeah, I definitely recommend that you try and find this movie wherever you can. It's going to be a little difficult to find. I know that. It's not going to be on HBO Max from what I've understood. And yes, I'm going to keep calling HBO Max Discovery. I don't give a shit about your rebranding or whatever. It's stupid. But yeah, this was a fun adventure involving Porky Pig and Daffy Duck fighting an alien conspiracy invasion plot that uses gum to take over people's minds and turn them against each other. It's a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyable moments, some great comedy, some fun music, fantastic animation. Go check this out wherever you can find it. Even if you have to, I don't know, go on the high seas and find it somewhere on there. Take the risk, do it. I promise if you enjoy Looney Tunes, if you enjoy sci-fi, if you enjoy animation, you will not be disappointed in what you find. So, yeah. Moving on from there, we have the out card. Hello, everybody. I've got a lot of new stuff on here, but you might have noticed we have a new name. So, a friend of mine finally got me an idea for my rebranding my channel. I'm going to be going by Ramble TDL. I know, for those of you on the stream, yes, it is based as the shortened initials as a fantasy made-up name. It's hilarious and great, and thank you, Coded Assembly, for the name. He's the one who sent me that idea, so wanted to call him out for that. In addition, we also have some stuff on stream. I'm currently playing Little Witch No Beta, which was a recommendation from one of my regulars on the channel, Don Seeger. Thank you, Don Seeger, for your support. He's regularly been in the chat on the live stream. Turns out I do that at 7:30 Central Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come check me out. I play video games, have fun, talk about dumb stuff, ramble on mythology on occasion, because, you know, I'm Ramble. And also, we have a few other videos coming up in the future. I have a lot of things, a lot of stuff I want to review. I need to do a review of Monster Hunter Wilds and Avowed, as well as a review of the Faithbreaker, the third book in the Godkiller series. So look forward to all of those in the future. I've got just a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. I'm also going to try and do some shorts to maybe get out some like shorter reviews. That way I can talk about some stuff I don't have enough for a full review on, because I've been taking more time on reviews. I'm sorry they've been slower, but I'm trying to take more time, put more energy into them, put more thought into stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I see that you guys seem to like the Dragonheart review, so seriously, that means a lot. And yeah, I think that's about it.
That's all, folks.
Moving on to the out card, we've got the subscribe orb. Click on it, go to my channel, subscribe. It seriously means a lot. I'm really hoping we can get to like 1,000 subscribers sometime this year. And there's a video YouTube recommends. Go check out my old stuff. I'm going to be trying to make some new thumbnails for it when I get the time. So seriously, it means a lot if you guys go look at my older stuff. I know I was very bad at this earlier. And I guess I will see you guys all next time. Bye.